Hey.
Hey. All right. There you are, sitting on your couch. You're waiting, like most people do when they're sitting on their couch for either sleep or whatever other reason. But you know what you have coming to you is the best of its kind. You hear a knock at your door. You rush to it. You open the door, and there's a person at the other side. They hand you a box, you hand them some money, shut the door. You go to your kitchen, you put the box down, you smell the cheese, you smell the tomato sauce, you smell the crust. It's a New York style pizza. I used to work at Italian restaurants, did it for many years. It's my first job. And I loved pizza so much that I taught myself how to make pizzas. I declare that the New York style pizza is the best of its kind. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, at least in my head. I'm going to focus on 3 different types of pizzas. The Chicago deep dish, the Neapolitan, which is the traditional Italian style pizza, cooked in a brick oven, and then the New York style. All right, so I'll go. My first theory is, it's not even a theory, I consider it fact, is that the Chicago deep dish style pizza is in fact not a pizza. It is in fact a lasagna. It's filled with layers, it's cooked in a pan, and it doesn't sit flat on the stone surface. It's cheese, sauce, all mixed together. You have to eat it with a fork and a knife. You don't toss the dough, you put it in a pan, you hand press it down, and typically cornmeal is at the bottom, which gives the flavor of it, the texture, a grainy feeling. Horrible, it's nasty. I don't like it. I've been to Chicago, I've seen how they've done it. It's horrible. It's not even pizza. So, that being said, I go to the next one, and it's a Neapolitan style pizza, which is traditional style Italian pizza, the ones they cook in Italy. The dough that they make is very similar to a New York style type pizza, but it is in fact made with more yeast. The more yeast makes it more airy. The more airy it is, you have to cook it at a higher temperature, and so that it will cook properly. But because they cook it at such a high temperature, the dough in fact burns before the cheese can melt. The other aspect of a Neapolitan style pizza is that the sauce is not cooked and it is not mixed with anything other than salt. So it's very acidic, it's not sweet, has no basil, has no oregano, has nothing in it. So when you eat a Neapolitan style pizza, you're typically guaranteed to get heartburn, which I consider a bad aspect of eating food. Also, because of, thumbs up, thank you, I know, you like it, yeah, right. So I also consider that the fact that the pizza is cooked at a higher temperature, typically anywhere from 700 to 800 degrees, that it will in fact burn the dough, making it a burnt pizza, and who wants to eat ash? A dragon maybe, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Which brings me to my final point, the New York style pizza. The best of the best. You can toss the dough, it's hand tossed. It's a sweeter dough, typically more sugar, a little bit less salt, less yeast, so it's not as pungent as a Neapolitan style pizza. The sauce is cooked typically for an hour, 60 minutes is what I meant to say, an hour to an hour and a half. There's more sugar in the sauce, so that it cuts down the acidity, cuts down on the heartburn, less Tums, less money spent on eating a pizza. The cheese is low moisture, as opposed to the Neapolitan style, which is a wet cheese. It's cooked at a lower temperature, anywhere from 450 to 500, sometimes a little higher, depending on the restaurant. But because it's cooked at a lower temperature, there's less yeast, more sugar, it doesn't burn as easily. It gets more crispy, it holds up better, it does. So there's that. The sauce, sweeter, everything about it. You can eat it with your hands instead of a Chicago deep dish pizza, which is a fork and knife. I spent years working in Italian restaurants, like I said before. And I've worked in Neapolitan restaurants, Louis Bossi's down by the beach. I've seen it all done. I've been to Chicago. I've seen how they've done it. And I have to conclude that New York style pizza is the best. And with that being said, I say we all go get up at
I'm hungry.
what is it, 8:30? 8:30 right now. We're gonna go get up and get a pizza. It's on me. No pepperoni, so I'm just kidding, all pepperonis. Thank you very much.
Is that good?
Yeah, show the audience.
4:45.